Now to figure out how thick to cut those, and here's another thing I've got to figure out. This roofing material or flooring membrane is going to stay. This is underneath all of the other concrete pavers up there, and then it's just going to come down here and kaboom, and the water, if water gets on here, then it's going to come down, hit here, and then it's going to come down this way. But my thought on this is, see, it's got a bump there, and it's not that big of a bump. How much is it? 1/8 of an inch? It's maybe an 1/8 of an inch. And so you might think, what's the big deal, Joe? Your other floor tiles are going to come over it. You've got that plastic membrane stuff that fits underneath the concrete pavers. You got this stuff. Why are you even concerned about that? Well, here's my concern. The next tile is going to come out 2 feet. Okay, 2 feet is an inch beyond this. So that plastic stuff, you know, the 1/2 inch stuff that goes over this first, it's just going to come and come over that. But this first row of tiles, 24 inches wide. The next row is going to start at that point where it dips down. And as it dips down, my thought is when I put the next row of tiles down, it might be an 1/8 of an inch lower than the other tiles. If this edge was way underneath, you know, way up here somewhere, I wouldn't really have an issue. Okay? Because this tile would already kind of be, or if it was right in here, this tile would be flat and then it would kind of slope down. The next row would be fine. But because it doesn't do that, I think this next row is going to be just a hair low, and the tiles aren't going to be nice and flat. Then this row would be an 1/8 of an inch lower than the other. Now, is that a big deal? It's probably not that big of a deal, but I could take some tile. I could take these. I could take these plastic shims and I could make them an 1/8 of an inch thick. Let's get that one that broke off. Okay. This one here. See, this one here snapped off and it's right at an 1/8 of an inch. So I could cut some little ones like this, and then I could put those right there on top of this. Do you see what I mean? And so when the next, let's just humor me here for a second. These tiles, see this tile here, the next tile is going to split the difference here, right? And then the next row, this one, is going to line up with these. And so I could take, for instance, I could take 2 shims, or maybe even 3, because these are 2 foot long, 2 foot wide. I could put 3 shims right there, 3 shims for the next one. That next tile, see, is this wide. Boom. So that row, I could put three shims here. Boom, boom, boom. That takes up the weight of the tile. My actual tile's right here. It could set up 1/8 of an inch, and then it'll come down flat over to here. Then I won't have to worry about this edge being too low. And I could do that with these plastic shims. I wouldn't want to do them with wood shims, because the wood shims would get wet and would deteriorate and would get moldy, and they would just eat away, and you could have some dry rot there. Who knows? Okay, and so I wanted to figure that out first before I cut these shims, because I got 12 shims and I've got 3 rows of tiles that are going to come out here. So that's 3, 6, 9 of these plastic shims that I'm going to need. Okay, and so when I cut these shims for these steps, I'm just going to use the shims. I'm not going to leave them in the steps. I don't have to do that. I'm just going to pull them up and then put them for the next step. Put them for the next step. And when I cut those, I'm going to probably cut them, I'm going to guess 3/16 or so for these steps down there at the bottom. I'm not only going to have to do this, I'd have to use a whole thickness of one of these at the bottom step. You with me so far? Okay, this is only, look at that, about a 1/4 inch. These are 1/4 inch thick. Okay, I'm going to have to use these at the bottom step, one layer, and fill it all up at a 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to have to go on top of that, because that's only going to be level. So I'm going to have to do that twice. So some of these for the bottom, I'm not going to cut for any shims for the other ones. So I'll take 4 or 5 of these and not cut them at all. And then the other ones I'll cut about 3/16. And then I can use those for the other steps. Step number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 I can use for that, knowing that after I cut those shims later on, I'm going to use the same shims, and then I'm going to cut them down even further to 1/8 of an inch shim like this one. And I've got 9 of them for that. Okay, and I can use those for the ones that I used on the stairs. Okay, so I got that figured out. So now I need to measure some shims and cut them. I had to break down and put on my long sleeve shirt just because it was getting a little cold. Okay, so I picked out 6 of these, and I measured 3/16 to be about here, and I want to cut those, and they're kind of in the middle of those holes. And so I measured 6 1/4, 6 1/4, and I think I'm just going to do like 3 of them first. And I've got my tin snips here. I'm not sure if I can cut this. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. Then I can put that upside down. And I thought if I couldn't, I guess they're cutting. If it was any thicker than that, I could have used my cutters, my electrical cutters. I'm just going to cut way up high here. Or should I? I'll just cut 1 row here. See, that would work. And I'm not going to throw these away. I could use those as my first ones for that bottom step. Okay, I'll cut one more. We're gonna do one. We're gonna do one step down there with just these. Okay. At least the sun is out. I've gotta redo my tripod here for you, so we can kind of check this out together. Okay. Yeah, see, I just have my camera on my tripod here, and the beauty of your extensions, you can kind of set up your tripod however you want. Okay. So see, I can put that up there like that, and then as I mix my material, I can either have it for my 8-inch or my 10-inch. The 10-inch would probably work, even if I don't use the whole thing. And then I can kind of come down like that. See, I'm just going to fill that up, fill this up, and then pull these out, and then fill up the voids. And even though these don't go all the way out, they're tapering out from here to about there, and chances are when it rains, as the water comes down at an angle, it's going to come down beyond that, because obviously these plastic shims are only so long, right? And I could move those out a little bit in the middle, let's say, and then fill that up, and then fill it up just slightly higher towards the back, and then that'll give me my space. Okay, so I think I have a game plan here. Now it's about setting up my material, get some mixed up, and get ready to put it down.